Hello and welcome to my foraging video in March. Spring is around the corner and I don't know if you've ever noticed feeling really tired in spring, but many people feel that way, and it actually has to do with a deficiency in vitamins and nutrients, because often in winter we just don't get that many fruits and vegetables that are high in vitamins, especially vitamin C. So in this video I'm going to show you some wild edible and medicinal plants that are particularly high in vitamin C and some other vitamins and nutrients. This is Pilewood, and it's one of the first edible green plants that comes up in spring. Pilewood is a great edible plant because it's extremely rich in vitamin C. So you can add it to salads and simply eat it raw as a snack. However, only eat Pilewort raw before the yellow flowers appear, because then Pilewood contains some toxic substances. And also, one way to identify Pilewood is by looking at the stem, and there shouldn't be any hairs at the stem, because there's a similar plant to Pilewood that is toxic as well, but that plant has hairs on the stem, so this is Pilewood. This is Bittercress. It's a really delicious wild edible plant that has a spicy mustard-like aroma. Can be eaten raw and added to salads or sandwiches. It's particularly high in vitamin C, but it also contains vitamin A, B and D. Medicinally, it's used to treat fever, to purify the blood and to strengthen the stomach. Later on you will be able to recognize it by its white flowers. Garlic mustard is another really delicious wild edible plant. It tastes like mustard, so you can use it for flavoring in foods such as salads or sauces or pesto, for example. The flowers and fruits are edible too, and the flowers are white, so that's one way that you can recognize the plant later on. And garlic mustard is also a medicinal plant. It can be used as a diuretic or a disinfectant, and it is used externally to treat wounds and bronchitis. Primrose is one of the flowers that announces spring. Primroses are entirely edible. The flowers can be eaten raw or added as a decoration to salads. The leaves can be eaten raw or cooked or added to soups, and both the flowers and the leaves can be made into tea or syrup. Primroses have a long history of medicinal uses. They are mainly used to treat spasms and cramps or rheumatic conditions, and they also contain salicylic acid, which is the main ingredient of aspirin. This is greater celandine, a plant that's been known as a medicinal plant ever since Roman ages. Some medical properties of the plant include being a disinfectant, being an antioxidant, reducing inflammation, boosting the immune response, and supporting the digestive system. However, I wouldn't advise using this plant internally without any professional medical advice, because it can potentially have some side effects. One safe way to use it is to apply it externally. Greater celandine is known to treat warts. So you simply tear off a plant, a leaf, and you will see this milky looking orange or yellow sap, and you apply it on the wart. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you get to enjoy some of that diversity of plants around you. And now I have a really interesting fact for you. Did you know that biodiversity makes us happy? A team of researchers in Europe recently found out that individual life satisfaction of people is correlated with the number of bird species around them. They chose bird species because they are relatively easy to count, but that's really true of biodiversity in general. They found that an additional 10% of birds around you increases the individual life satisfaction as much as a comparable increase in income. I find that really fascinating, and I think that teaches us two things. So first, nature conservation is an investment in human well-being, and second, we should really open our eyes to all of this beauty and diversity of life around us. Enjoy!